I did it! I cut off my hair and I feel free. Also, yes, I am aware of the horrible spelling mistake at the end of my last video after I already posted it. So I'm calling myself out, so if you comment, I'll probably cry. But you know, let's move on to the video. Hey guys, it's me, Jack, and welcome back to another fun video. If you don't know, I am a giant fan of Heathers. Heathers the musical, Heathers the movie, I love Heathers. I think it has a really cool theme and there's so much social commentary that I think is brilliantly executed through it. I just love it. I was first introduced to Heathers when I was in high school and my friends played me Dead Girl Walking reprise from the musical and I was so intrigued, so I went home that night and I watched the bootleg and I fell in love with it. I then downloaded the soundtrack like any other theater kid and memorized the entire show. But then someone said, you know this is based off a movie, right? And I was like, what? So, like any other millennial, I went to Netflix, typed in the word Heathers, and there it was, the movie starring Winona Ryder. So I watched the movie and I was like, wow, even more Heathers that I love. And honestly, the musical wasn't that different from the movie. It had its key, like, main differences, like merging the Martha character and the Betty Finn character into one and making the forged note Veronica writes to Martha a bigger deal in the musical than it is in the movie, but it worked. It gave the musical a new flavor and a life of its own where, yes, a fan of the movie would love the musical, but they're two different things at the end of the day. So I saw another thing that tried to make a life of its own, Heathers the TV show. Heathers the TV show, if you don't know, Paramount Studios is making a television show called Heathers and it's based off of the cult classic. And yeah, I saw the commercial for the TV show and I was like,
I don't really know if I like this.
But you know, I wasn't totally against it. I was like, you know, I'll watch it. I'll see where it goes. I watched the first episode because they released it early and I really didn't like it. And I'm here to tell you why. This is my opinion on Heathers the TV show. Starting now, I will be talking about spoilers that happened in the first episode, so if you haven't seen it and you want to watch it, go watch it, then come back to this video, or if you don't care and you're like, I'm not gonna watch it anyway, well, please enjoy my nice opinions of it. It starts off with just a flashback to JD's, like, past. I mean, we're supposed to assume that's what it is, and they clarify it later in the episode. Shannon Doherty, the original girl who played Heather Duke in the movie, is wearing a red scrunchie. She lights the house on fire, then shoots herself in front of JD. I'm not really sure if Heather Duke is supposed to be this new JD's mom or if this is just a cameo, because why was she wearing a red scrunchie? And it was weird. Well, the first episode was just a fast forward pace of the whole movie, so I think the show's gonna be different. The first episode was like, here's the movie, Heathers, and now we're gonna branch a show off of it. Okay, sure. Let me tell you about Heather Chandler. I really hated what they did with this character because I love the character of Heather Chandler and they ruined it. In this show, Heather Chandler is curvier than most girls. I mean, she's not your thin, skinny, typical girl. And you know what? I didn't mind that. I was like, okay, that's like cool. Like anyone can be popular, anyone can be beautiful. And the girl who plays Heather Chandler is beautiful, but they focus too much about how she's fat. They call her fat so many times in this show, and there's literally a scene where the teacher's like, oh my gosh, how is she popular? She was so fat. She's just a fat girl. And it's like, are you kidding me? Okay, we get it. Like, you're focusing on that she's fat, but like, anyway. I also hated what they did with the JD character. JD is another character that's very close to my heart, and the brilliant thing they did with JD in the musical and the movie is you see him, he's in a trench coat, and yes, he's weird, but like, you don't really know he's insane yet. Right off the bat, this JD walks in, he's like, hi, I'm JD, society's crazy, and I'm a rebel. Like, cool, JD. Like, stop trying to be cool. I didn't find myself drawn to him. I was like, oh my god, this guy needs to stop. None of the characters were likable. The brilliant thing about Heathers is even the mean characters you're drawn to them because they're interesting and they're real people. These Heathers are just nasty to everyone. Like, just to their face, they're like, I don't like you. And that's not what popular people do in high school. The popular people are nice to everyone's face, but then if you get on their bad side, then they'll be mean to you. They'll talk a bunch of crap behind your back. That's how high school works. And that was the whole point of the Heathers movie, is that It's to show an exaggerated version of how much hell you can go through in your social life in high school. And this show was just like, Heathers are mean. Also, the Heathers like bullied Ram. Ram's like a nice guy apparently. He's a nice football player, and the Heathers make fun of him for being racist. Just to clarify, the deed that Ram does that they think is racist is he's wearing a jersey of Remington University where their mascot is a red Native American. So that is what they are bullying him for, or calling him out for. Just to give you guys more clarification. All the Heathers are LGBT, which I don't have a problem with either, but they made them all bullies because of that. Like, our society, I think, is trying to move so far of, who cares if you're gay? Like, it's just who you are. People shouldn't look at you differently. And this show just emphasizes these Heathers are just like, I'm gay, and guess what? You're a horrible, straight, white male, and how dare you? They made the LGBT and the people who aren't traditionally popular, the popular ones in this show. I was kind of excited. I thought that's a good commentary, you know, just treat it like the normal Heathers, but people you wouldn't expect are in these roles now. But then they emphasize on how they are those stereotypes. They make that the reason they're bullies. I guess we're saying that people who are gay or different are the bullies, and the people who are just privileged, yeah, they're the victims. Really? I think they tried to be really cool and liberal in 21st century, and they just failed a lot. Also, the insults in this show were just terrible. Like,
well, suck my third nipple.
Really? Suck my third nipple? Is that supposed to be a reference to F me gently with a chainsaw? Because wow, you failed. They didn't do the Drano part. They fed her corn nuts with a Nazi pill in it, and she ate it, and that's what killed her. But wait, Heather Chandler doesn't die. She wakes up at the end of the episode, checks her phone, and is like, wow, I'm famous. So I don't even care what this show is gonna do in the future because I don't want to watch it. It's just like absurd, and they ruined the whole story. It's almost like they knew this show was gonna do poorly unless they attached something with it, so they were like, let's call it Heathers.
Then everyone will watch it.
And honestly, I wouldn't have watched this show if it wasn't called Heathers. But the fact that you're taking something that's so popular and you're just changing everything that people loved about it, that's where it's gonna screw you. I think the trailer has like 20,000 dislikes and like 3,000 likes, and I just wanted to give the show a chance, and I really didn't like it. If you did like the show, please tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear someone's feedback who did enjoy it, and maybe I just didn't get it. Maybe that was it. Maybe it was a great like social commentary and I just didn't get it. So please tell me what you liked about it. Or if you didn't like it, tell me you agree, because yeah, stand up for what we love, the original Heathers. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my fun little rant. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for all future videos. Hit that bell so you get notified and be like, whoa, Jack made a video, I should watch it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.